It's been since April 3rd. It's been a long time. That's been 14 days.
So,
Whatever you want. We're working together.
we're on an essay.
How are you?
Well, I don't know much yet, but we'll find out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But you felt good after.
Yeah, I felt like quite
So why don't you begin drafting a sale lines? Yeah.
But she gave us some projects, research projects.
What are we working on today?
Not too worried about it. The only thing I probably would need help on is the intro. So I was planning to get help on that today, and then we should work on grammar or whatever after that. The research is pretty easy. I mean, I've done enough research, like, so I know how to get the facts and all that. I just probably start with the intro because starting out is the hardest for me. So I have like an idea of how we need to do this.
I think we failed the first step.
Yeah.
But I like it. As we read through this, really the important stuff you got to cover.
Yeah.
So
Can't see that way.
And then write this the
It's irrelevant to your topic.
What we have to do is
try to find one that really says you know what I mean? Some that are easy. Don't build the ones that are too complicated. Like star or the ones that are conversations. You don't always have to do it. Sometimes you can
You should have a second.
yeah.
Okay.
Research journal where you catalog the articles you find.
Blog. Okay.
78 entries.
You should.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
true.
8.
Okay, let me write that down because I never remember that. It's D what law?
Yeah, laws.
From 8.
And then X.
Summary analysis.
You need to look more into that. What I would do is to see the
Summary. What?
have an example of parallel structure.
Summary
So,
analysis.
I don't know what that is.
Thank you for
Unfortunately, with these kind of things, they'll have one rule, and then they'll have zero pin, and then maybe another single. It gets really convoluted, but if you take it slow, it's not too bad. It's just a lot of really weird algebra. Okay, so what do I want to do first? Like verifying, have you seen this notation?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just, I hate writing DMD, we always do it, but it just means, we'll start with the derivative of that.
This is something that you need to these two I've got it, so there's like 3 big parts of this.
Yeah, like there has to be 3 to 5 scholarly articles, and the rest can be your own.
Well, no, 3 is big, right?
But still critical.
Ellen of 3. No, but, okay, so,
Your book probably
These 78 entries may not be in the world, because
I don't think if you know that rule and you know is not
Yeah.
then you'll be able to try this and recreate a little bit.
well, now
Already started.
you can do a little bit.
That's the next one.
Right?
Online review.
Thank you very much.
Copy it. Unless they've got class, final research paper. We have one more month to get to that point then.
You're doing a good job.
Let's see. For the remainder of this course,
Oh,
you'll
wait.
be working with writing and reading about the
Are
topic.
you talking about doing the derivative or?
Yeah, like now to find a
Your topic should be relevant
You
to
don't have to, because you already did it. These are not affected by the derivative, but they are affected by the math here.
referred to as having relevant complex enough that you can write about it in final articles from a variety of sources, but not too large that you won't be able to digest all the information. You can narrow it down by looking at it from a specific category lens. For example, gay marriage as a whole is too big. Narrow it down by picking an issue about gay marriage or a specific law or a specific moment, like gay marriage and money and how the economy would be boosted or whether that would happen. Be something you have genuine interest in. Now, my question for you, dear Terrence, do you have a topic? Awesome.
I guess you don't have to do the
Yes.
But my topic is alternative or energy. She said it was too broad, so she said
you don't have to do it all the way out. Because some people just want to see the water work.
and then she said when you pick one subject or one alternative energy subject, you should be able to discuss a sub-issue relevant to the issue. So, what I'm confused on is for topic sentence, do you put alternative energy or do you put solar energy? Because my topic, I wanted my topic to be about alternative energy sources and why alternative energy is important, but then but then it goes into sub-issues as the greater picture, the bigger picture is alternative energy. If that makes sense.
Some issues are things that could impact the big question about alternative energy.
Yeah.
See, for example, what was it? Best part about this, we should actually get started on.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just one piece.
Yeah, like this whole thing is your ass.
Right?
Yeah. So, a couple ways
On
we
the
can do
top
this.
of this piece
We
of
can
paper,
do foil now, or we can do foil
they got a
later.
piece of pen. I mean, not a piece of pen.
Okay. So we
That
have
would be horrible.
law of base
Break it
4.
down.
So what
Break
is
it off the pen. Here it goes. Here it is.
So then
Here's the pen.
Oh, that's down.
So, on top on this piece of paper, what is the alternative energy that you are going to focus on?
I think solar because it's the one I can find the most.
Do not go by the one that you can find the most. What is the most interesting one that comes to mind?
that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably still solar, even if not.
Okay.
And then
Solar it
the-
is.
Okay.
Unless you want to brainstorm for more, because I got
all
some
in this
suggestions.
format, right?
Like what?
Well, there's methane gas, which is really controversial. It's also awesome because it comes from cows
Yeah.
and pigs, and what they do is that they use human waste products to create methane.
I know like UC Davis,
I made it,
like the agriculture department,
I made them
they have cows there.
Oh, no, okay, so
I broke up the bracket.
And it's able
You
to
did-
light several houses. In fact,
you did
in
something like
parts,
this?
in some third world countries, they use the prisoner's
that's-
own,
that's different.
Okay.
yeah.
So the,
Yeah.
That's a
Because
nicer
you
way
did,
of summarizing that
this
whole
way?
scenario.
Yeah.
So
you made
there's
this
studies
your
on
log
how you can
function
use that.
plus another
And it
function.
saves on the energy crisis. It
So if you
provides
had
us
done
with
this, you would have to
wonderful
take the
fuel.
derivative of this.
And it's always around us. It's not going to go away anytime soon.
yeah, that's not
But there is
It's
also
clean,
not.
too.
I
yeah,
know.
it's clean protein. It's not like fossil fuels.
I'm gonna say it has
It's
to be because
it's a wonderful resource. The only problem with it is like a lot of our fossil fuels,
I don't know how
you know, it's carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah.
It could lead to like it's one of the what you call it greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
That's one, and there's also wind, hydropower.
Need help again?
No, I'm looking for
What
my
else is- There's
Okay.
Have you ever heard of
Uh,
the one where they actually just gain energy from the earth, literally dig
Maybe
down
they left it like this.
keep the heat going?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Thermal energy.
Exothermal or something.
It's so cool. So all these are really cool. After hearing about all of them, you're still picking solar. That's okay if you are.
I'm actually I think I like probably thermal or methane. But the only thing I'm hesitant towards thermal is like getting information because I need sources. So I'm not. I mean, maybe I just gotta research more.
In fact, pop up this thing.
It's gonna take a while.
Also,
Looks like they left this. See what happens if they leave it.
Okay.
What was it?
let's see, solar, methane,
Thermal.
thermal,
Is it like thermal or
exothermal. It's I wanted to almost say like tectonic
Yeah.
thermal, but it's like I know it has something to do with thermal energy.
Yeah. Thermal. Question mark.
Then those are the three you're thinking of right now.
Yeah. Nuclear, wind.
Oh yeah, there's nuclear power.
I guess maybe actually not thermal. I want to do wind.
But the top
Those
of
sound
it
interesting to me. Out of those three.
Ooh, wind also has its own controversy.
Yeah.
One of the big issues about wind is that you have to use large tracts of land.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a waste of the land at the same time it's useful.
Oh, I
Can't really build anything around it. You have to pay that.
What do you do?
And
Okay,
birds
so
keep dying
you know how
on
we
it.
got
Yeah.
It's
your
in the
original,
pathways oftentimes
foiled
where
it?
migratory
So we got
birds go
nice
and they're like,
reacts
la la
with
la la la.
plus
Slice.
yeah.
That was going too fast.
Plus
Okay.
2x plus 1.
Now,
And then when we get the derivative
as far
of
as
that,
research-
it's going to be negative 6x.
Like we like had a whole class discussion on where to find info, like Google
Yeah.
Scholar, the
Yeah,
library,
yeah,
catalog or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the websites.
Now, do not be afraid that automatically when you do a niche
Yeah.
research there isn't anything.
Yeah.
Let me see if that's an
I've
option.
done topics on something as narrow as male circumcision in South African tribes. And I was still able to find about 20 articles.
Wow.
20 really thick articles. But it was in-depth research. And that's kind of the fun part. It's like searching. You're a detective now.
Yeah.
So out of all these, which one do you think you'd feel more comfortable with? We can even do like a search right now.
These two.
Wind and solar?
Yeah.
Yeah, wind and solar. In that case, let's Google Scholar wind.
It was that right, but it's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, none of the answers are factored out on the bottom.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Wind integration of wind energy conversion systems. Beyond NIMBYism towards an integrated framework of understanding public perceptions of wind energy. Public perceptions of wind energy? What's that about?
This one.
Ability often poses a barrier towards renewable energy development. Not in my backyard. Oh.
Maybe because we raised what's in the bracket.
Yeah, that actually, this is a good moment to note that that notion, that characteristic, the not in my backyard issue,
It's time.
is present in every type of alternative energy.
Yeah.
From nuclear all the way to something as benign as having a dam, or like benign as having heating.
In your house.
Because people look at them.
Do you remember your
some
law
neighborhoods,
rules,
it's
like,
a bit controversial for solar
what
panels
is the
because
same
they're
as
like,
this?
oh, you're raising the property taxes of the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Those log rules where
Not
you
in
used to
my
be able to
backyard.
combine logs, the work
For
week.
people with windmills who are like,
too much work.
using it to help
Can't be
keep
right.
their houses, they're like, this is a hideous.
Yeah.
One neighborhood in California, the lady was told to take it down, but she was like, this is, it's windy in Fairfield. It should totally be up there. No, it's taken down.
It looks so easy.
Already we found one really controversial thing that relates to alternative energy as a whole.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes back to your question, like, Whenever you find an issue related to alternative energy, be it solar, methane, or wind,
Do you want to move on? Or?
it would relate that to everything else.
Yeah.
So the next one is F of F.
Or most likely.
Yeah.
Okay, back.
So, I would still want you to leave here with one topic.
To the
I think I'm gonna be sold. Even not biased, I just think there's more information. I know more and I feel like I read a stronger paper.
Okay.
Knowing the background I have, I feel like stronger.
Then circle solar. So
Okay.
that's solar energy.
So,
Why am I
what do we
interested
do?
in? I'm interested in this topic because I want experience. Thanks. What do you
Can we do the
what I
derivative
hope to
of
learn in this
that
research
first?
is how we as a society can better save our planet. What is
Well, okay, so we took a whole derivative of this, right?
sources of energy?
So this will come down.
Yeah.
Ah, but we already answered that one.
Yeah.
And then we have that
Now.
-1, right?
Next part is we have the topic.
If it just doesn't
relevant
come down,
today
this is-
because we're
there's still something there,
we're in
-1,
a
right?
solar energy crisis.
I mean, which
Crisis.
wouldn't be bad, we can try that.
And it needs to be
So this comes down.
more specific
to X.
because it's not complex enough. What about solar energy? Do you want to talk about?
3.
Like break it down into like subcategories or like environmental aspects.
Like sub-issues, laws,
Wow, I see what you're saying.
what was it?
Because they're like,
Yeah.
Different,
Countries.
different countries, the different laws. Well, even, yeah, you're a business major. Different technologies, how's that
So-
realized? What business practices are related to it?
yeah, it could be, I don't know.
So like
It seems like a really weird answer, but it could be
solar,
one. Do you have
and then
two thoughts of this?
we have like laws, environmental aspects, is that one?
Yep,
No.
environmental aspects. In fact, what comes to mind right away is how
But how would we do it? 'Cause
sustainable
I was thinking
is
then you
solar
could say
energy?
six square minutes
That's one
before.
big question right now, because a lot like the batteries in a car, the solar
Where
panels,
are you getting that?
Oh, the bring
Can
that,
be
like, find a
fixed.
derivative check.
they could be recycled, but if they were not properly
this one
disposed of,
says-
and we don't necessarily have the infrastructure right now
Yeah.
to take care of that, there'll be mercury poisoning in our water again.
Yeah.
I feel like we're taking a second derivative.
These are all important questions.
But maybe, I mean,
Well, we didn't,
Environmental
well, we didn't
aspects,
find the derivative
different
of
countries, I
that,
don't know what
that's
you mean by
minus
that.
one.
Different countries might
Okay,
have different
so-
laws related to it, or solar panels might be illegal
Yeah.
or impractical. In London, for example, it would not make sense to have solar panels.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much sun. But in, say, tropical areas where it's sun 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
you definitely would love to have solar panels everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially
So,
islands.
I like
okay,
that.
what about cost?
What do we do?
That we said we should-
Cost, is it cost effective? Can a country support
So,
it?
bring the
Also
side.
related, just back to location wise, where would you want solar panels?
Oh, because of the base number.
And these are all topics I'm gonna
So
find
it'd be
information or
Ellen.
research about. I can prove that point.
Not necessarily, these are all
Oh, okay,
topics
so that
you
doesn't
might
have
wanna
one.
figure
Okay.
out whether or not you wanna focus on them.
Yeah, oh yeah, but like of the research.
So what would it be?
Okay.
So it'd be,
But I'm arguing for
Um,
solar, right, cause you're picking a side and researching.
so that'd be,
Mhm.
that
That
is
is-
a problem, right?
Let's see, see what is and is today, you get the topic,
Times
must be
six
complex.
x squared minus four
It's still too big.
times ln 3.
That's why you're going to narrow it down by picking
And that's our
an issue about solar. This is what we're getting to.
Okay.
And then
Actually,
the
write
next,
that down,
So that we
issues
just
regarding
leave it.
solar.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you really wanna do something creative like that.
No.
Specific laws or specific moment in
so then
solar
after
energy history.
3 gx
Maybe something you don't have general. Did you
Yeah,
see?
the letter doesn't matter, right?
No, well, it don't matter,
You have
because
to
like
take a side
sometimes
and
you'll
present
get
evidence. But in order to take a side, you have to find out
that,
what
F of G
is
of
the
X, then
question.
it matters.
Yeah.
But
Oh, okay.
in this context,
Do you have a question about solar?
Actually, I just know that.
Like I have an idea of
Yeah,
what I want to
yeah,
say.
it's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
so G
Or
X
point out
is
what
what?
are you?
Equals 3x squared over 5x minus 2.
Okay.
So
Is
that's
using solar more effective than using means of energy we use today in fossil fuels, I guess?
Write that
down. 3x, no, 6x.
Or I don't want to make it, is it supposed to be a question or a statement?
Right now we're trying to generate questions. Because
But in here on the thesis statement, there's going to be a statement.
but in order to generate the thesis, you have to begin with the
So
question.
6x times 5x minus 2.
In fact, let's switch seats for a second.
Okay, and then minus
Switch it.
5.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Who's
ending?
going to the board?
So 6x times 5x.
Oh,
5x minus 2.
Because today our goal is to get intro paragraph or at least the thesis, right?
5x times 3x squared. 5, sorry, 5 times
Yeah.
3x squared.
okay, this is a quotient rule, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Do you think it's wrong? It's saying it wrong.
No, I think that's right.
And to begin with,
And
we
it's
got
all
ourselves
over
solar.
the 5x minus
So I
2.
put using solar energy, or is using solar energy more effective than using fossil fuels?
Right?
Is it?
I don't really remember.
Yeah, I
what
think
the
it is square.
Okay.
Is
I don't have
solar
tremendous memory.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
I have
And then can we just save it like that, or do you need to break
more
it down?
effective?
Technically it's right like this, but this one's easy enough math that you could probably
Then
do
break
it all.
it
And
down.
fossil
Yeah,
fuels.
just do it all out. So you have like 30x squared minus 12x minus 15x squared
Oh,
over.
okay.
So it's tedious,
Okay.
but it's easy enough to do.
Solar is the topic. Here's the question.
Okay. So, should I? I'll just leave it. I can do that later.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one.
Do you have
And
what I like to call the working
equal
answer?
4 to the power of negative x plus 5.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
A working answer is when
What's the
you,
format
as
for
you're
this?
thinking about things, right? And you have a question in mind, and you're like, I know the answer already. Do you have one right now?
Okay. So do you like?
What's your answer?
Oh, what we were.
Yeah.
Like I remember like watching videos or documentaries saying like solar energy produces less emissions and the cost benefit is less than fossil fuels.
So it produces what?
So it's cost effective and it's better for the environment.
These mean the same thing.
If you want to put it that way.
Cost effective.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
we always use.
so it looks like it's h prime of x is equal to the same thing, right?
Right here.
To the derivative of the exponent. Is that what it is? Nope.
So we got two bits attached to this.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
To the question? Yes. Yes. Solar is more effective.
Great.
But that sounds biased, I guess, that's why. But I believe it's more effective.
Yeah.
Now every paper has some sort of
Oh, 'cause
bias
like-
because working.
Yeah.
This one,
No.
this
research
EX,
papers
RD.
begin with answering
More
questions similar to
this,
any other
where there is
paper.
no like formula.
Solar energy
Oh,
is
for
more
that.
effective
Yeah,
than
'cause, like,
fossil fuels.
with that
That can
one
be
there, the
argued.
root of this
And
is
through
one.
your research,
Okay.
you're going to prove that point. That can't be argued either one.
That's all I need.
So it's not necessarily biased along to have support.
You know,
You
even
do.
this, interpreting those.
You got two
those
supporting
examples,
points.
That's how I learned.
Point
it,
number
is
one, it's cost effective, which is
I
a
was
really
only doing
big
these
point
random
for us
examples
capitalists.
for practice tests.
Uh-huh.
And then.
Now I
Do
feel
you have a
like
note sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
this needs evidence.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did for
Yeah.
midterm too.
That's a subtopic on its own.
Mhm.
But these aren't my homework. I was just wasn't sure how to.
This one,
work.
it's good
It
for the
was
environment.
good, I see. And I could.
Again,
Not bad.
evidence.
But these ones confused me because it was like
Another one could be.
fractions. It was just this.
See, it's
Oh,
cost
these are my
effective.
options and answers.
But also,
I wasn't sure.
to be even more specific, and for the purposes of this paper,
Okay, so what's the question?
So I think that
what is solar energy?
equals ln and then parentheses 3x.
So that'd be a topic on its own.
All
It would be a
over
topic, or it
x
could
plus
be
y.
a way of understanding
Okay.
or
So,
not a way of understanding,
this
but a way of
Will be in
explaining
this role.
or beginning the
national
intro
law.
paragraph.
So that could be a way of
Those are
introducing
a weird way of doing
Mhm.
derivatives, right?
by
So-
like a definition.
But it'd also be the quotient.
Something like that.
Dividing, right?
Or even explaining
So,
what
do
type
quotient
of solar
rules.
energy
So
you're
what
going to be
happens there?
focusing on.
So the quotient would be
If you can, look up right now
it'd be
the types of solar energy,
it would
or how do you gather solar energy. I'm trying to
oh
remember.
the quotient rule is
Because
the one
there's
where
this,
I did
we're
the
living in a
derivative
really
of
cool,
3x
interesting time.
plus 2 right and the actual sum.
There's
So,
several
okay, so
new
we have
types of solar
the root of-
energy
we'll call it,
devices
if it's
coming out.
f of x,
One of them,
3x.
if I remember
I'm gonna go.
correctly, is
Oh yeah, see that's how we do
Solar
it, it's
panels.
NG.
alright,
There's
so,
solar panels.
go ahead, the derivative of a.
Would be 3.
Well, what's the basic formula? Let's go through that first, like what,
So there's photo
what is
voltaic
Derivative of-
systems, which is producing
what is
electricity directly from
minus,
sunlight.
or times something minus
Solar hot
derivative of
water,
something else
heating
there?
water with solar energy.
I don't know, to be honest. I just know how to solve it.
Hot water.
Solar electricity, using the sun's heat to produce
Okay.
electricity.
No, that's.
There's 2 more. Polar, passive
What?
solar heating in daylight, using solar energy to heat.
So you have A and B.
Heat
Oh, there we go. Okay, so A prime,
It's A prime.
Solar electricity.
B
Oh, there's the word
minus
geothermal.
A.
Geothermal. Okay.
All over B squared.
So that's solar process space heating and cooling, passive solar heating and daylighting,
So then,
solar electricity.
what natural law is
No.
a derivative of a natural
There are
law.
a variety of technologies.
1 over.
So which technology would you be interested in? Like focusing on?
3x
But,
plus
Photovoltaic question.
It stays the same, right?
Photovoltaic systems.
I think that's, yeah.
Okay. Do you have it written down anywhere?
That is. Photo period.
Yeah, it's just it's.
Okay, so then that's our A times B, which
Let's try next question.
is 5.
Reason
minus-
why I pointed
Minus-
this one out
X
Yeah.
plus 5, no.
is
X.
because when you get over to this
Oh.
part,
No, it'd just be 1, wouldn't it?
Oh,
you
I'm
have to be
sorry, 1,
specific.
So I don't even have to write it. so,
1,
What fossil fuels are you talking about?
3x plus 5, 2.
All over.
Probably coal and
All
oil.
over X plus X squared.
Crude oil, if you want to do
Okay, so now, it's algebra, so now we have x plus 5. Oh,
I still leave it actually.
is that how it's
Yeah.
written?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
But
these two?
it doesn't have
The other
ln.
one can use primary
We have hybrids, but we don't have solar cars. Those would be really cool. Yeah, they actually would be really cool. You just have to.
I'm thinking of electric. I was like,
They do have solar cars, they just don't work well.
They do.
They're in testing, they're just really inefficient.
So definitely, for the purpose of this paper, you do not want to use cars.
Okay.
We do have heating. We even talked about solar hot water.
Yeah.
But do you want to focus on heat?
Okay, so if we just go with it like this, how do we get rid of the denominator?
So then we're going to work on electricity.
Multiply the bottom, or multiply the top, right?
So this is how you're making it more and more specific.
Does it?
Well,
So the paper's going
and
to
what if,
focus on
and what if they had the same
electricity,
denominator?
generating it
Which means.
for a computer, or my cell phone.
So it's
Or
for
essentially
the top
it
one,
So then when you change the question, is solar more effective than fossil fuels
like put
in
Ellen
producing efficient
over
electricity?
Ellen.
Yeah.
Right here?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Basically multiply the whole thing.
Because
by
I'm running out.
Yeah. Right?
So that.
Because you don't want
That makes that
to
squared, right?
get off
Right.
track and start arguing about gasoline
Five.
usage in a car when
Minus.
there's no solar cars going around that could be effective right now.
Squared, like that.
But you do want to stay on topic when it comes to,
Okay, so
Solar
that's
energy.
all over.
say, heating a house, lighting a light bulb.
Well. What are the options?
So is using solar energy more effective than using fossil fuels when it comes to reducing electricity?
Producing or
Producing.
Mhm.
Electricity.
Mhm. For your homes and stuff. Or just like if you live
Or
in
for
a
general use.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
So that's coming, that sounds more like a
I
thesis.
don't, but I
Mhm.
can
Unless
find
it's a
it
question.
out.
It's definitely more of a thesis than a question now.
Cause like, it's sort of, put a question mark, but that doesn't sound like a question.
Is using solar energy more effective than
It's an
using
online
fossil fuels when it comes to producing electricity for general use? Yeah, well, the reason why it sounds like thesis is, how would you just simply change that into thesis?
Google on my phone, they don't want to type it in.
Start
Okay.
I don't really know what to spell it.
Just put start solar
I
energy.
just type it up as a person technical.
It's a change, it makes the other start off with a
Oh,
question,
okay.
so you put,
So, it does direct me for you.
um,
So, but I'm gonna try to do it by myself and then just check the answers with that. No?
No.
Yeah.
Stop right there because you're saying that someone else says this. This is your paper.
I believe that.
Me, because this is a research paper, this is not your belief system. You're getting on the right track.
In my opinion.
Me, this is a research paper, not really, okay, technically is your opinion, but you're backing it up with a lot of research and evidence. So it's supposed to be unobjective and unbiased. And how it's clearly unbiased is that you are not getting paid by a solar energy company to write this paper.
Yeah. I wish.
That would be really cool, but I think there's actually scholarships like that, but we can look at that later.
So let's just take out A, start using solar energy. Can be more effective than fossil fuels.
I think he matches that.
General use.
That's
You look at
towards-
A and look
that's
at
in the
B.
right direction and the right ballpark. But the can be is too passive.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When you're saying something, when it's your thesis, you have to be brave, bold, say it like solar energy is more effective.
Yeah.
Like that.
Using solar energy
Yeah.
is
So I think we're good.
fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's your thesis.
Because like,
How do you feel about that thesis?
stuff like that.
But so
And
then,
it's an app.
so this brings
Well,
up
yeah,
the kind of the
the
broad
website
idea
is
of solar
free,
energy
okay,
that
when I
the
found
thesis
out.
is about.
Wait.
But specifically, we're gonna talk
Thank
about
you.
photo,
Like $3.
photovoltaic systems or
Yeah, for
whatever.
an app.
produce electricity specifically for homes, which is also specific enough.
Yeah.
Because you're not saying, like, you're going to do it for a whole countryside. You might want to even focus on something like, again, this is a narrowing down type of process.
Yeah.
Where in the country or where on the planet do you want to focus your research on?
Just like the United States, you probably want to narrow it down.
Narrow it down. We can start with the USA. You got the USA?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you a personal question. Where do you live? Now it's on your piece of paper. I'm going to ask you right now. You live in SF? Where's your hometown? SF?
No.
Nope. Pleasanton. That's actually a really epic Pleasanton. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Pleasanton. That's a good example right there. Isn't it sunny all the time?
Yeah. The valley.
It's a valley. It's extremely, extremely sunny.
Yeah.
All the time. I once went over there, like, passing through to get to Santa Cruz, and for some reason, like, I came from San Francisco during the summer, and it's, like, bundled up because it's winter, and then I'm there, I'm like, wait, I have to, no, this sucks, why is it hot?
Yep. Too hot.
So it has a lot of sun. Think on maybe focusing, and this is just a suggestion, focusing on not San Francisco, but California solar energy. Because we actually have a lot of companies here.
Yeah.
Unless you want to focus possibly on a third world country, but this one makes it more personal.
No, I like that.
You can even try and look up what Pleasanton has. If I remember correctly, there's supposed to be one solar energy company that was working with Pleasanton in, I think, Fremont area, this general area, which is a really big area, to try and see if they could put solar panels on the new houses they're building.
Yeah.
And they're building them and putting solar panels on each of the houses before anyone even, like, buys them. And that's a big difference because before it was something that they were saying homeowners can decide whether or not they want it on their house.
Yeah.
And so now the cities are saying, no, solar panel, all the houses. They don't like it, they're going to have to, like, get PG&E and pay out of pocket to remove them.
Yeah.
So you might want to look into that and see why are they doing that? What's interesting? What research do they know about electricity use and reducing? And you'll probably find other articles and other essays that have a similar question as this.
Yeah.
Some will argue against this.
Uh-huh.
And you have to address those guys too.
Yeah.
Which gets to our next part. Wait, do you have any questions?
No.
Feel comfortable narrowing it down from here?
3x
Yeah.
squared over 5x minus.
Yeah. I think I can
Maybe we
write
had to break it down.
introduction paragraph with all this.
If you want, you can write down all of this right now before, like, you lose it.
Yeah. I just want to get them before calendar.
Like any log type of stuff.
And when you talk about costs, consider part of it.
Long base.
Oh, maybe we did just have
This one, keep in mind the cost to the individual. Like, there's usually 3 levels of money.
Yeah.
There's the individual,
This one. What's that?
local
Long base
community,
amounts. 4. What one's 4?
and then there's national. For an individual, the cost of solar panels is initially really expensive, so it's an investment.
Yeah.
over time, it's typically in a lot of research, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe it has to do talk about like that'll pay up eventually.
And that's over time.
Yeah.
For local communities, it pays out in big ways. Like with the energy it saves in some communities during blackouts. Like California has so many blackout seasons.
Yeah.
But I know that in communities where they had a lot of solar panels, they didn't black out. Some houses were like running water all the time.
Yeah.
Well, their neighbors had none. So it's like, why? Because we have solar panels. And then on a national level, it does pay off. The more solar panels you have for each and that means we're not relying so much on foreign oil. So we're not having to ship US dollars to, say, Middle East, Southeast Asia, or like in fields of our money stays in the US. BP Shrine, buy an air This is cool. This is usually my favorite part of like writing this.
I think next week I'm gonna come and show you the intro. So fun.
Okay, so I got you.
I'll have the intro done, but I don't think I'll have.
Is there any other problems that you try and fumble through?
Yeah.
Any subjects that like?
No, I
or concrete.
I'm done.
Alright. Yeah, because
Actually, we might be able to help you there.
Yeah.
interpreting it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we have time. Okay.
Because there is
Like I kind of see how I
It's
can
really not. It's
make
just
the
like
cost and environment more
that you
concrete.
can't
Yeah.
Easier
When
to
you start
think about.
combining
I don't
derivatives.
know. I mean, we need more than just
Yeah.
two
Yep.
concrete facts
You
or
need-
topics. Maybe four.
Am I allowed to
For
leave?
this research, because it's going to be number one.
So Nate,
I thought people only have like 5 minutes.
again, the rule is 3 or 4.
question.
We do,
Okay.
I see
feel more free.
at least two columns besides the cost and
4,
the
I'm
environment.
close.
I like just worry stuff.
Oh, that's not bad. They have a break. Should I?
I'd probably just be doing intakes if we have intakes.
You have cost, you have the environment.
Graduate.
That's good. I love my type of problem.
Which, those guys are big enough.
Alright, see you next week.
Yeah, that is big
Thank
enough
you
for
so
it.
much.
Okay.
For a lot
Do I have
of pages and a lot of.
You have to log
Just
out.
log out, but you're taking.
But-
Correct.
Alright, thank you.
Effectiveness can also be, let's see, because this is the word we're dealing with. It is a pivotal word. Effective. What do you understand about the word effective?
Its definition, or its root term, I guess.
Definition.
Definition, it means like something that is sustainable, I guess you can say, or something that that is useful, I guess. Something that's useful that can be effective.
Sustainable. Probably is useful.
Like a solution could be another synonym to describe what it is.
It was very telling that you use this word, sustainable. Effectiveness for, what you call it? Effectiveness when it comes to the energy crisis right now. Because our population is at 7 billion plus. We are looking for something that can sustain us into the 8 billion if we ever reach there.
Yeah.
So, which one's sustainable?
Solar, assuming your sun never goes out.
Exactly. By the time the sun actually does go out, our population's bush.
And then will we go out if we rely on it? So,
We rely on the sun already for food.
yeah, it'd be complete darkness.
Exactly. So,
Sustainable energy.
sustainable. Solar energy equals sustainable. That could be a third point. You have to show why that's sustainable and fossil fuels isn't. Now, there's another one's more science-based. Now you say it's cost-effective, but I also say just it's efficient. Energy efficient. Check that spelling.
That makes sense.
See, in the beginning, and I'm putting also a double question mark here, because I'm not sure about that. This is the point where a lot of economists, environmentalists, and scientists have been arguing, because in the beginning of solar energy technology, solar panels were actually more expensive, took too much energy to produce, and were considered a failed experiment because of how little energy they produced after they were done being produced. There was so much oil that went into just one single panel that environmentalists were actually harping against them for a long time. Nowadays, though, solar panels, they are now being produced in such a way that we make islands in, what was it, I think near Dubai, there's solar panel islands in the ocean. And it's so cool because that is now like fueling Dubai.
Yeah.
Land of beautiful everything.
I have.
Ever go there? It's just gorgeous. It's a wonderful place, except water is more expensive than gasoline. So energy efficiency compared to fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to, if you want to compare the two, oil and coal are both now on par with a lot of the technology currently being produced. So that could be an important point.
Yeah.
And from here, again, evidence. And we still have some time to eat.
I think it is more efficient though, like today, practical use applications.
Especially when it comes to houses. When you think of energy efficiency, cost efficiency, you might want to consider when you build solar panels on top of the houses and they don't have any other electricity going through them besides that. Think of how many how many wires it takes just to pump energy into houses from way, way, way far away places where like the Chevron refineries, like in Richmond, and then there's I'm even blanking out the name of the refineries and the PG&E companies, just happy to keep pumping it in.
It's hard for me to be biased or not biased because my dad works for PG&E, so I know a lot about this, and I just watched documentaries because I'm American, so it's really hard. Like, yeah, I have more information. That's why I picked this.
Wait, so PG&E is on top of this too?
Well, yeah, like on electricity, like from what he was saying, was like they're like trying to tap into this new market because they're dominant in like the energy and gas, and so other companies are trying to compete.
PG.
But I don't know, I gotta look into that.
So wait, PG&E. This is important because PG&E is trying to buy up now I feel like I'm spying on PG&E theory. What
They're trying
are
to
they?
buy up like the rights, I guess.
They're trying to buy up rights?
Not rights, but like their own solar or something. I don't know.
So they're trying to also develop their own solar panels.
Maybe, I don't know.
That would be cool. So PG&E is interested in this. Interesting. Solar energy. That makes sense. This even gives credence to why they would even be thinking about this. Because if a big major company like PG&E is just saying, that's some kitschy little hippie thing that there's just developing we don't care about, then yeah, this argument would be harder to put forward. But if PG&E's looking at them like, yeah, we gotta get by that. We need to buy those. We need to get those patents and make them ours. That's really important. That says that it's efficient. and that there's money in it, which also goes to this guy.
Yeah.
Because PG&E does not do anything unless it's cost effective.
Any other business.
And they probably, with all the, the gas lines blowing up, go.
Yeah.
This would solve a lot of that problem. Imagine all the gas lines going away and you just have electric stoves.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot better, even though I still like the fire stove. That's my personal preference.
Yeah. Because the benefits it gives you, cooks faster, hotter.
Yeah.
There's no startup time.
There's no startup time. You don't accidentally forget that you have this little plastic spatula on there, and then the plastic spatula gets melted, and then your roommate yells at you. That only happened once. Still, she yelled at me. But yeah, this is a really good point.
Yeah.
And you could put in some information from PG&E.
Like on their website or anything.
What kind of subsidies or what kind of benefits they give to homeowners, for example.
Yeah.
Also, a random fact about California tax law. If you ever do your taxes in the future, you'll see this. In California, you get a lot of tax benefits if you have solar panels.
Yeah.
We've been promoting it like it's the business of the whole world to do it. But, yeah, that's our time for today.
Yeah.
Think you're ready for this paper now?
Yeah. I mean, I got a lot, yeah. Because I was sitting on the computer yesterday just like, I can start, but I just wait until I meet with Rosie to get a better understanding. I always feel whenever I work with you, I know more what to do, more guided.
All I do is I point you toward the navigator. You're the driver. Except I don't have such a weird voice like the Garmin's. Garmin's voice oh, before I forget, before we meet next week, you better bring your intro paper for the next paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the intro.
And one last thing, you should get a chance to outline.
Oh yeah,
Outline the paper. And bring work to next section. Section. Got it? Alrighty then. I'll fill out this form a little bit later, and thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, confirm with the front desk, and don't forget to sign out.
Okay. It's been fun filming.
Oh no, I have to beep.
Maybe I'll be YouTube famous.
YouTube famous. Oh jeez. I'm there it is. That's my work. This is Terrence. Bye.
Bye.